All right, hello everybody. Thanks for joining me here. This is going to be the first episode of the add-on series for the pretty much for beginners only. Um, I do have enough knowledge that I feel like I could probably teach some newbies. So here I am, going to help you guys figure out your first function, your first item, your first mob entity, your first block, and all that. And hopefully you guys do enjoy this, so that way you guys can get some cool add-ons made by yourselves. So that'll be fun. And then potentially, edit some add-ons that you currently have to make it better for your realm. And that's essentially what we're going to be doing today. So what we're going to start with today is adding your first function. So I went over kind of a quick rundown myself to see kind of what I wanted to do with you guys. And I don't want to take all the time in the world to do it, but I wanted to go over some basic programs that you will need to probably get yourself set up correctly and easier essentially for you. So as you can see here, this world has one of my add-ons, which is called the custom spawners. So if you haven't looked at that yet, go ahead and check it out. I just did an optimized version, I think 2.4, and it helped reduce a lot of lag I was having, but really fun. They do stack, so you can actually kill one of these. Let me show you real quick. And a lot of this is mostly functions. There are some other things involved, but if I kill this, you see it updates the latest quantity. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is do something like this. So function my first. So this is what I was setting up to kind of see what I wanted to do with you guys. And so I'm going to show you how to make your first function. Right? So we did a function, and this is what ran. Okay? All right, so let me go ahead and get rid of everything else. Close all but this. No. All right, cool. All right, so first things first is to get your set up correctly. I recommend a few different programs. First is being Notepad++. Very helpful, very quick, easy to open up files, and it's good for you to get started with. Another one is called Visual Studio Code. Very helpful. It does help you find errors and stuff like that. A little easier, color codes everything, darker, easier on your eyes. I think you can change the other one as well, but I use this for a lot of mass file editing. Another thing for if you want to edit little things here and there, like the icon for our first add-on, you can go to paint.net, download that. That's an option. There's another one we're going to be using down the road, probably in the episode 2, which will be Bridge. Very helpful for those that new to add-ons because it helps you get started. It autofills everything for you, makes it a little easier. So if you go into like a block, it helps give you an idea, a rundown of what it does for you. So it makes it really easy. So if you were to right click on this, as you can see, it shows the code it autofills for you. So pretty much an autofilling program, very helpful to use and something worth checking out. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make your first add-on and how to compile it properly so that when you're making your add-on, it can get loaded into the game, and then also how to change it and where to put it so that way you can actually develop that pack further and not have to upload that pack to the game every single time you make a change. And so let's go ahead and get started with the folder. So if I were to start from the very beginning, what you'd want to do is kind of get your basics down. And mainly what that consists of is literally 100% the manifest file. This is essentially what you're going to be working with. Now, don't look at this as being too much to worry about. This is some other gibberish from another. This is actually grabbed from my other pack that has some other stuff with it. Essentially, all you're going to be worried about is this stuff here. Okay, so if you want to either copy it down, I might link a little thing in the description for you to download as like a base pack file for you. And hopefully that helps. One thing to note is if you're editing or making a new add-on, I would always change the UID if it already has one in there. So that way it's going to have its own unique identity. So just to note, that's important for it, every single add-on you have. And to do that, one I suggest is online is the Uuid Generator.net. So go there, you can do refresh and get a new one every single time, or you can go down here to the right and you can type max how many UIDs you want. I mean, it can generate quite a bit, but you really only need, 3 to 5 at most, maybe depending on what kind of add-on you got going. I mean, for us, we really only need one because it's just a behavior pack. Okay, and if you ever have a resource pack, things like this is going to depend on the resource pack to show visuals, stuff like that. We're not going to get into that right now, but that's something to kind of note for now. Minimum engine version, pretty much what it allows to run in. Format version, it's 2. That's just a later, format. 1 will give you errors and all that. This here is just your actual add-on version, so you can actually change this comfortably. So I usually like to do 1.0. Some people do 0.01. I mean 0.1. I just like starting at 1. So that's what I do. So one thing to note, if you're changing this, just be careful with the quotation marks. Pretty much explains itself. So you need that to start in a folder. Okay, and then right here we edited our oh, that's not what I meant to do. So we're just going to double click this, and I edited this actually in paint.net. So here I made this in this real quickly. I just ended up doing some texturing, and then I added the text. So I'm not going to save that, but you can do a pack really quickly. You just have to make sure you name it pack_icon, so that way it'll show up. It'll read that. If you have any other name with a PNG file in there, it won't do anything with it. You just have to make sure it's named like this. Okay. If you want it to show up in game like this, let me show you. So if you're going here, you want to make sure it shows up. This is what it'll show and look like when you have the pack icon PNG right here. Okay. All right. So some of the biggest things to note is if you're going to create your first function, you got to make sure you have a functions folder. So you have to make sure it has an S on the end of it. If it's not exactly like this, it will not read that there's a functions folder. Okay. Now here, this is pretty much a text file that's just been modified or converted into a MC function. So if we did this, and then we did, my second, could do second or whatever, do that. And then what we can do is we can go down here to go properties. We name this to MC function. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So that way we can go ahead and edit it. So I did click on it and accidentally has opened up my Visual Studio Code. It has nothing in here, so it doesn't really matter right now. I'm going to go ahead and just open up with Notepad++, which I highly recommend you use beginner, so that way you guys can get some basic editing down. It does pop up a lot faster because it's a smaller program. So as you see here, it's blank. We literally have nothing in here. Okay, now if we're adding a function, this function is only going to run when you do a /function my second in game. If you run this in game and we have a function in this file here, obviously we have it here laid out in the pack. You have to make sure that the function name inside the game is going to be exactly like this. This is the actual name of the MC function. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run something simple. We're going to do say, and we're going to do this in bold cap letters is my second function. And I can't say first because I already did first function. And then we'll look at that in just a minute. So go ahead and just save that. Now, one something to note is commands don't go like this. They will not work as a function in an MC function with a slash. And that's just because it doesn't allow it. I mean, with command blocks, the same concept. You don't need a slash, but you can use a slash, doesn't matter. But with functions, you have to take the slash away. Now, think of every line as being a new command block. Okay, so every line can be a new command block. Okay, so say this is my second function, and then we could do title. It's been so long since I've done this command. Title. Oh, I might even be a little rusty here. Hello. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think I totally did that wrong, actually. So title. Let's do all players. Title. Hello. See if that works or not. I might be totally off on that one. But anyway, so we'll do hello. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and save that and So add that. So our first function, what we end up doing with this one is we just did say this is my first function. And what you can actually do this, you can actually make some colors and stuff like that. So we're going to do, if you do hold Alt down, you do 0, 1, 3, sorry, my bad, let me start over here. 0, hold down Alt, 0, 1, 6, 7. That'll bring up this little squiggly guy. And you have to let go of Alt after you do that. So Alt, 0, 1, 6, 7, let go of Alt. I'll give you one of these guys. So what you can do is there's formatting codes online that you can actually use to know what you can do with the text. So as you can see here, L is for Minecraft bold. 4 is actually red. It kind of looks like orange, but it's actually red. So if we did 4, and then we did another one, so Alt 0, 1, 6, 7, and we did, like it said, L, that will be bold. So this will be all in red, all bolded. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so we got two functions here that we have, and we made it from a text file. Okay, we have to make sure it's under the folder functions. We have to make sure the manifest file has got a new UUID. If you're getting this function, this manifest file from a different place, you got to make sure you always have a fresh one. Not every single time you load it, just if you're planning on making either a new add-on or you are getting this from someone else and you just, if it's not working or not uploading into the game, then I would just suggest just putting a new one in there. We got our icon that we have. You got to make sure it's named correctly. Now, what you're going to do is to actually convert it from this to this is actually pretty simple. Now, I know a lot of people's computers aren't set up necessarily the same way, so I'm going to see if I can go slow for you. So typically what you do is the main folder with all the contents in here. So the folder that holds the manifest file is what you're going to be dealing with. So you can go ahead and do, we're going to put it into a zip format first. It always has to go in zip. And that's how you convert it over to an MC add-on. Or a MC pack is also an option too. So we're going to go ahead and do, I use 7-zip. It just makes it easy for me. I go to add, I make it to a zip file. As you see here, it made a zip. And I'm going to go ahead and modify this zip. And what I can do is go down here to properties, go over here to the top, and I'm going to do just back, MC add-on. Oh, I forgot, I already have something named the same. So I'm going to go ahead and do this as first mic add-on. All right, now we just go ahead and do properties, go down here, go to mic add-on, and boom, there we go. That's the extension right there. It makes it look like this. Anyway, now let's say you go in here and you do not see any extension here, okay? It could be part of your properties on your computer. So what I'd probably suggest, go down here to folder, is it File Explorer options? So click on that. Go over to View, and down here you want to make sure that you can see extensions. So here it always hides the known file types, which is mostly like text, stuff like that. That's common. And as long as it's unchecked, I'm not sure if there's anything else in here that I'm forgetting that you need to make sure. But as long as you've got the extensions available, it should show up for you in the properties section. So just know that. Apply it, done, right? So we're going to do that, done. So let's go ahead and add this one. And just as you realized, oh no, it's not going to import. And I'm already going to know that because we have a duplicate UUID. This one here is one we added already, okay? And this one we have not added already, but we need to change the UUID. So to save some time, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and just change a thing here too. Excuse me. So actually, what we do, what we will do? We will load that in. Let's go and load it in. Let's go ahead and delete it from Minecraft real quickly. Oh, I'm going to get out of this first. Save and quit. We're going to go delete it, and we're going to add this one in just to keep things flowing for you. Okay, so you don't get out of line. Settings, go down here to storage, resource pack, we don't have anything. Behavior, so we're going to delete our first pack. Delete, so ugly, delete, gone, right? All right, that's nothing to delete, whatever that was. That's probably from something else. All right, so now we deleted that. Let me double check it's not in cache. All right, we're good. So storage is generally where you will delete it from. And all right, let's go ahead and add this in now. and it should import correctly because we're not going to have clashing UUIDs. Perfect. So there's that. So it's just going to show the one behavior pack. And if we go over to our settings and we go down here to storage again, and we go to behavior packs, it'll show up down here. Now something's wrong with our little icon here. It looks like I might have messed something up, but we're going to move forward regardless. That should work. Otherwise, I must have how I saved it, how I was working on it. But it should show up as what we were doing before. So we have it in the world. Go ahead and add it to our test world here. We had our old one, which is going to show up. It's going to be like, oh no. So we'll deactivate that. Let's go ahead and activate. Oh, it looks like it's not going to show up here for us. It's always being troublesome. Of course it is. We got the two functions here. Go and look through some stuff real quick. We may have to create a new world depending on how much pain it's going to give us. That's that one there. All right, so let's see if we just create a new world and see if it'll help work for us or not. All right, we're going to create our add-on, activate. Cool, got that. Just go and show coordinates. If you're going to add a custom item or anything custom other than functions, I would highly recommend you put in holiday creator features at minimum. A lot of times they won't work otherwise. So do that. Activate cheats as general. And then we have the one added already, game. All right, let's create it. All right, so with this being said, we're going to go ahead and run our functions so that way you guys can see in action. So go to function. It's going to be my first, which we did before. As you can see, we bolded it and we put it in red. Go to back here, go to function, my second. As you see here, we have title, hello, and then this is my second function. So what's really cool about that is you can run those, have as many function commands as you want, really. It does get jumbled up, so after a while, you'll stop seeing all these, it'll be a whole screen full of them, so just know that. So that worked there really great for us. Now, let's say you wanted to modify that immediately. Now, one thing you got to know is you got to put this in a dev pack folder. If you don't know already, you got to go down here to run. And if you go down to run, you got to go into this here. So it's called %local app data %. Press OK. And you go down here to packages is what I believe it's called. Where'd it go? Here, packages. And then you're going to look for Minecraft. One thing I suggest, it's really hard to see. Oh, we actually found it right off the bat. You can just type in Minecraft right there, and it'll pop right up. So it's like that's what you look for right here, Microsoft Minecraft. And then you go to a local state. You go down to games, got com.mojang or Mojang, however you want to call it. As you see here, we have a development behavior packs and a behavior packs. When we load it in with the MC make add-on or whatever, yeah, that's going to show up in this one. So we want to actually cut this out here. Oh, excuse me. Put it in here. Let's go and paste. And if you did the same with the resource pack. But we only have a behavior pack, so we're just going to do that. So now that your pack's in here, we can actually modify it directly. So sometimes I'll just go out of Minecraft, go back into it, because I think when you're doing some stuff like this, you got to restart the whole client. But once you get in there, you don't have to restart the client no more. You don't have to upload your pack anymore. You can literally go into the pack right here and edit your functions. So let's go do that right now. So we're going to go into here. So before we go into the world, let's say we want to change something in the function. So let's say we want the second function to be green. What was the green color? I forgot the green color. Oh, I think it's 2. So do the alt 0167, and then you do 2, and then that should make this colored. Okay. Same with this one. I don't remember if this one actually allows you to do that on the title, but I think it should. Let's do purple, maybe. 5, I think it's purple. So let's go ahead and do it. We save that. Control S, and then we go back into the world. It's going to automatically be changed because we have it in the development folder. So let's see if this will work for us. Pull it to the screen more. Now, if your game crashes or whatever like that, it could be an issue with what you're doing. But most of the time, it should be good. You know, just be careful what you're doing there. So now, if we run the function, be my second, everything will be purple and green. Right? We just did those little color changes. Let's do the same one, the other one. We already know that it's the same. We didn't change anything on that one, but and we have this is my first function. So that's how you run functions, right? Now let's say you want to make the function run like a repeating command block. How you want to do that is, let me go ahead and go to my other packs real quick. One of my packs, you got to get a tick.json. So what you want to do is you want to get one of these files, or things. You want to do this here, and I think you can do the same thing here. Let me see if I can model this here. So yeah, you can make a JSON file with a text file. Just change the format as long as you got the thing showing. You can do that, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to create a tick.json file. And you're going to go into it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put a colon, the little bracket here going into it. And you're going to do the values. Is essentially what we're going to be doing is going to allow the game to do a ticking with these functions. So every tick it's going to run, or however fast it's supposed to run, it's going to run the functions. So as you see here, I have some other old stuff from another add-on, so I'm going to get rid of that. So if you have just one, you're going to do my first, right? We want this to run. It's going to run endlessly, so it's going to spam our chat. So if you're done, if you're just doing one, just do it like that. You don't need a comma or anything. Now if you're going to do a second one to run at the same time, you'll do colon colon, and you'll do my second. Boom, just like that. And you do not need a comma for the last one. So just remember that. This is some other crap stuff. Don't worry about that. We'll just delete that. So it should look like this. My first, my second. So they're both going to spam when we open up the thing. Because we have it in the dev folder, it's going to automatically load in again, everything over again when we go into our world again. So watch our chat get spammed like crazy. And here in a minute. And there we go. Oh, the title command's hating us. It's got a timer on it, so it's like a little bit faded, going in and out so fast. Oh, real quickly, let's give you an idea. Well, actually, I'm going to show that another episode. How to time this, how to make timers and stuff like that. How to do scoreboard, if command statements and stuff like that. We'll do that in another add-on showcase video or whatever. I don't know. But that's essentially how you create a function with the tick.json command. That's the repeating command block. Whereas if you take that away or you remove them from here, then essentially that's just a good old nothing. It's going to be just a function file that you have to run manually. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. If you guys have any questions, please let me know what your thoughts in the actual I'm blanking out. In the actual whatchamacallit, the dang it, I gotta remember the chat. That's the one, chat. So let me know in the chat what you guys think, what you guys want to learn, basic wise, and hopefully I can help you with that and get you an idea of how to do your first pack, how to do that better. So if you have if you run into any issues, message me. Go to my Discord. I'll link in the description, and I can definitely help you with your little add-ons you guys are making. And I really want you guys to make some cool stuff, so that's why I'm doing this. So have a good one.